Hi, yes, nice to meet you. Sonic gives developers 90% of the fees their app generate. How has this monetization model shifted the way devs build in Web3?
Right. So the model that became very popular over the last year or two was that a lot of these app developers would launch on Ethereum, but then they wouldn't get many users because it would be expensive, it wasn't scalable. So they would start launching these L2s, called app chains. And then they found out that if they launch these app chains, they can take 95% of the user fees, only spend 5% of it to submit the transactions back to Ethereum, and they can profit off the rest, essentially taking money out of the pockets of the validators and just filling their own pockets with the user fees. And they're centralized, these L2s, right? You have 7 days challenge periods. So now we're doing the same thing, but on an L1. So instead of like rewarding everything to validators, Sonic gives 90% back to the builders who actually drive user activity, instead of sort of filling our own pockets with it. I think this is very new. I think the industry isn't aware of it yet. And I think it challenges the app chain model right now. And I hope they feel threatened by it a little bit as we gain traction. Only time can tell.
Yeah. How do dynamic fees empower developers on Sonic, and what kind of new user experiences or incentive models are now possible because of it?
Right, so dynamic fees is a cool question because it fits in perfectly with VM. Imagine if the native or the base transaction fee on the network is $1, right? But a user only submits one transaction per day. That's maybe not enough profit for the app developer, so they can impose a dynamic fee which is introduced with EIP 7702 and it's coming to Sonic. So let's say they impose a dynamic fee of plus $2. So now they have $3 in the network fee, but they get 90% of it back in the base layer because of VM. While on other networks, these app developers have to impose an additional fee because there's no dynamic fees they can't control. Even if they impose a dynamic fee, it goes to validators, right? So they have to impose like a protocol level user fee. So I think dynamic fees is applicable to any EVM chain, but on Sonic, it really gains its strength on there.
You're building native account abstraction into Sonic. How close are we to user interaction with apps without even realizing they're on chain?
Right, so I spoke about this a little bit on stage. I don't think the issue is the tech, I think the tech is there. The issue is that there's no products that are being built for the actual user. It's being built for those who want to make money. And blockchain technology is there, like it's matured a lot. It can be used to revolutionize a lot of industries. And I think in a lot of ways, you already have examples of what you're talking about. We just need developers to actually prioritize that. Unfortunately, that's not where the money is, so the attention is going sort of elsewhere. But the technology is already there, so that's my take on that.
Yeah, and the last question. Could you please share the roadmap?
Yeah, so obviously we have account abstraction coming up. We have a growing presence on DeFi primitives like clubs or central limit order books. We have Summit Singapore coming up at the end of September where we'll share a lot of big news, but that's it.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.